In this video, I'll show you how I made digital products as a midlife mom caregiver, even with a micro budget and a completely broken schedule. In case we haven't met, I'm Isabel, founder of Your Techie Isabel and Home Biz Builders. I built my online business as a busy stay-at-home single mom of two and caregiver to my special needs daughter, so I know how important it is to keep things simple and realistic. Everything I share here is based on what actually works when time and money are limited. And yes, this video is created using my Hey Gen AI avatar, but I am a real person behind it, ready to answer your questions if you have them. As a caregiver, quiet time to film is rare, so this has been one of the best ways for me to keep showing up for you here, while still being there for my daughter. If you want to try this for your own content, I've added my link in the description so you can get started. And before we dive in, if you're still unsure what kind of online business you should create, I've put together a free 5-day clarity challenge to help you figure that out step by step. You'll find the link in the description below. Let's get started. Let me start with something very real. When you're a caregiver, your time is not your own. And I don't think people talk about this enough, because most business advice assumes you have control over your day, that you can plan your time, that you can sit down and focus, that you can just be consistent. But when you're caring for someone, especially a child with special needs, your day can change in a second. You can have a plan and then suddenly everything shifts. And that used to frustrate me so much because I felt like I was always falling behind, like I could never keep up, like maybe this just wasn't possible for me. There were days when I had ideas, motivation, even excitement, but no time to act on them. And other days when I had a little bit of time, but no energy left. And if you've ever felt like that, I want you to know you're not alone. That was my reality too. I didn't have structured routines. I didn't have quiet work blocks. Sometimes I had 15 minutes, sometimes nothing at all. And for a long time, I thought that meant I couldn't build something online. But the truth is, it wasn't that I couldn't do it. It was that I needed a different way to do it. And everything shifted when I discovered digital products. Not because they're trendy, but because they actually fit into a life like mine. They don't require constant time. They don't require inventory or shipping. And once they're created, they can sell more than once. And that made all the difference because I realized I didn't need more time. I needed something that didn't depend on my time, something that could work quietly in the background, even on the days when I couldn't. Now let me be honest about something. I did not start with a big course, I did not build a complicated funnel. And I definitely didn't wait until everything was perfect. Because if I had waited for perfect, I would still be waiting. I started small because small was doable. My first products were simple. A checklist, a short guide, a basic template. And I remember thinking at the time, is this even enough? But it was, because it solved a problem, and that's what actually matters. People are not looking for perfect, they're looking for help. They're looking for something that makes their life easier, faster, or clearer. And when you give them that, even in a simple way, it works. Now, you might be wondering, how do you actually create something when your schedule is unpredictable? So let me walk you through what that really looked like for me. I stopped waiting for the right time because it never came. There was no perfect day, no quiet afternoon, no uninterrupted block of hours. So instead, I worked with what I had, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes if I was lucky. And I treated those small moments like they mattered, because they do. One day, I would just open a document and write a few bullet points. Another day, I would expand one section. Another day, I would format it. Some days, I made progress. Some days, I didn't. But I kept coming back to it. And slowly, it came together. Not fast, but steadily. And that's something I really want you to take in. You don't need speed, you need consistency in whatever way is realistic for you. I also made everything as simple as possible because complexity was not an option for me. I didn't use complicated tools, I didn't try to design something perfect. I focused on clear content, simple structure, clean layout, that's it. And honestly, that's more than enough. Because again, people don't buy design, they buy solutions, and one of the biggest things that helped me was focusing on one product at a time. I didn't try to create multiple offers, I didn't try to do everything at once, because that would have overwhelmed me immediately. I chose one idea, I finished it, then I moved on. And that focus made a huge difference. Now let's talk about how I chose what to create, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. They overthink it, they try to come up with something unique or perfect. But I didn't do that. I asked myself one simple question: what problem do I already understand? Something I've experienced, something I've figured out, something I've helped someone else with. Because when you create from that place, it feels easier. It feels more natural, and it connects better because it's real. Now let's talk about sales, because this is where things can feel uncomfortable at first. And I get it, putting something out there and asking people to buy it, that can feel scary. But here's what I learned. It wasn't about having the perfect product, it was about being visible and relatable. I started sharing more of my real life, not just tips, not just strategies, but my actual experience, the messy parts, the hard days, the moments where things didn't go as planned, because that's what people connect with. Not perfection, but honesty. I also kept everything very simple, no complicated funnels, no overwhelming tech, just content, a clear offer, and a link. That's it, and that was enough to get started. I also focused on low-ticket digital products because they're easier for people to say yes to, and for me, it helped me build confidence. It helped me see that this actually works, and that momentum is so important. Now I want to be very real with you about something. People expect passive income, but digital products are not passive in the beginning. There is still work involved. You still need to create. You still need to share. You still need to test and learn. But over time, something shifts. Your work starts compounding. You create something once, and it can continue to sell. You share something once, and it keeps reaching people. And that's when things start to feel lighter. That's when you start to feel like, okay, this is working. And that's the goal, not overnight success, but something sustainable. Now, if I had to start all over again, in the exact same situation, this is exactly what I would do. I would choose one simple problem, create a small solution, use free tools, share content around that problem, and sell a low-ticket digital product. That's it. No overthinking, no trying to do everything at once, just simple steps that actually fit into real life. And I want to leave you with this. Being a caregiver, being busy, having limited time, it doesn't hold you back. It gives you a different perspective. You understand real problems, you live real challenges, and when you create from that place, people feel it. Your content connects differently, your products feel more genuine, and that matters more than anything. So if you've been feeling like you don't have enough time or enough energy to start, I hope this showed you that you don't need more, you just need a simpler approach. And this is exactly why I chose digital products. If you want a little extra support, getting clarity on what to create, don't forget to join my free 5-day Clarity Challenge. You will find the link in the description below. It's designed to help you go from overwhelmed to confident, one simple step at a time. If this helped you, make sure to watch this video next, on how to create your first digital product idea so you can start your online business journey even with a full life like ours. I'll see you there.